Good afternoon, students and my friends. I hope you're doing well. And we're into Walking in the Word. We're looking at John still. We're still in chapter 1. We'll be getting out of it here in a couple of days and moving on to chapter 2. But just a few things we remember is John is writing this book to point people to believe that Jesus is the Christ, is the Son of God. And now we're looking at John the Baptist, the forerunner to the Messiah, the one who is declaring the way of who Jesus would be and what his message would be. Yesterday we looked at who John the Baptist was, or 2 days ago we looked at who John the Baptist was, and then we looked at his message yesterday, that Jesus is the Lamb of God. And today we're gonna break a couple things down. I want to ask the question: Do you buy things based on endorsements? When I hear the word endorsements, I think of like major popular athletes. My day it was Michael Jordan. I mean, you bought Gatorade or had the McRib because Michael Jordan ate the McRib. Or maybe it's LeBron James, or if you're in the baseball world, Freddie Freeman or somebody like that, or maybe it's a musician or something that if they endorse it, you're like, I think it's worthy to buy. I don't track endorsements too much. Like I don't go buy stuff because some famous person told me to buy it. Like I'm not going to go buy a Kia car, not knocking Kias, but I'm not going to go buy a Kia car because LeBron James steps in a Kia car, because we all know LeBron James isn't driving a Kia. But what I do trust is ordinary people giving advice. For instance, when the allergy season comes around or the flu season comes around, it's like this magic liquid that everybody around here talks about called elderberry syrup, right? I've heard so many good things about it from friends that we actually buy and let our kids take it during the colder months, and it seems to work. I'm a snorer. My wife hates it. So here lately I've been looking online at these little mouthpieces you buy, and I bought one. It's not here yet, but I bought it based on the reviews of common people, not because it was on a TV commercial or things like that. And so what we're going to look at is John the Baptist is going to be endorsing who Jesus is to particular people. And so we're actually going to break it down the next 3 days in smaller verses. So it'll be maybe a smaller section we're going to talk about today, looking at that. And so actually there's a couple, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's John the Baptist. We're going to look today that he endorses Jesus to the crowd. Tomorrow we're going to look at, or not tomorrow, Monday we're going to look at Andrew endorses Jesus to his brother, and then we're going to look at Philip endorsing Jesus to a friend, and lastly we're going to see Nathaniel endorses Jesus as the Son of God. So we're going to look at who Jesus is calling, who John the Baptist is pointing people to. And so our verse today comes from John chapter 1, verses 35 through 36, and this is what it says. The next day, again, John was standing with two of his disciples, and he looked at Jesus as he walked by and said, "Behold, the Lamb of God." Now, that may not mean a whole lot to you, but again, John is with his disciples, his followers, the ones that have begun following him, and Jesus walks by and he declares, "This is the Lamb of God." Exactly what we talked about yesterday. John the Baptist believed what he said. He realized his purpose was to prepare men and women for the coming of Jesus. I think about this. If anyone believes what they really say, they'll continue to say it, even if it requires a sacrifice on their part. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you truly believe something, you're going to declare it, you're going to show it, even if it requires you to suffer or to take some sacrifices your way, you're still going to declare it. And that's exactly what John the Baptist is doing. He's realizing that his fame, if you will, is going to end. His mass of followers is going to end because he knows who the Son of God is, and he's pointing them that direction toward Jesus. An author says this. I want to read this and we'll wrap it up. It says, John provides a genuine model of what it means to be a minister or servant of God. The human tendency is to make a name for ourselves and attach our names to other people, institutions, and things so that people will remember us. To minimize oneself in order for Jesus to become the focus of attention is a designated function of an ideal witness. John's endorsements rings true that he will be willing to give up everything particularly his influence and authority, to testify about the reality of who Jesus is, that he is the Son of God. What are you willing to give up to continue to declare that Jesus is Lord in your life? Hey, have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.